the best way to watch a movie ever. It's unbelievable. You don't even know what's about to happen.
I don't know what I'm missing yet.
Well, hey, howdy, hello to you. It's day 2. We're in Cincinnati. Wanted to vlog this time because there's some really cool stuff going down this week. First of all, today we are going to see Interstellar. One of the best movies, one of the best soundtracks, one of my favorites. Chris Nolan. Loved Oppenheimer. Inception. The Batman. Do I need to explain what all he did? It's the 10th anniversary release, select theaters, 70 millimeter. Yeah, the giant ones, the film reels where you have to use a forklift to lift them and set them on the platter. No big deal.
We have a 3-deck projection system that only holds 2 films at once.
It's getting really ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yes, man.
And we love to see it. So, because I have siblings who live in Cincinnati, where it's freezing cold, I was getting so used to the nice Jacksonville, Florida weather. I'm up here because it's my brother's graduation this weekend. It's time to make some coffee because it's getting early. I missed vlogging, man. This is so fun. This is King Gizzard's live stuff, which they put basically almost all of their live albums out for free. And they're royalty free, and people can make vinyl of them. They're free.
You can make your own vinyl.
So people make tons of bootleg vinyl of them. They put them out there for that. I didn't look at the weather. Is it supposed to get worse at all?
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up to like
Oh, okay.
36, so it's gonna melt.
Okay.
The high is 36.
I had so much coffee with that, or so much water with that ratio.
Yeah.
I really wanted maximum water. Because
Yeah.
this is the same price for this bag as it is for this bag.
True.
What's Michael doing today, Ethan?
I don't know.
Too bad he's not going Interstellar.
I can't get it to show in the camera. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm an influencer. I will influence people to buy this.
Trader Joe's?
There goes. Just a little goes a long way, I'm telling you.
I'm just sipping mine. Cheers to that. It's so interesting, the flavor, doesn't it?
Ooh.
Talking about Interstellar.
Is Interstellar 2 hours?
It's almost 3.
Almost 3.
This particular
It's
film
different than regular IMAX in that.
This is totally different. This is real film.
These films must be clamped in so they don't fly off during a show. If that were to happen, the next step for you would to be start looking for another job.
I got him. They were in the audio separately.
Nuh-uh.
They get a little DVD.
You're kidding me.
No, they have to sync it up.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Silent films back then.
Called time
Back in the
code.
day.
Yeah.
This is called The Brain. The film starts its long journey.
This is called The Brain. What a lot of you watching this video don't have. And this is what they ship out to all the theaters that can do this, which is the Indianapolis one and like a dozen other ones. There's a list of them on the IMAX website that do this. It's not very many.
I think I might wear my NASA shirt.
So I'm doing.
I have a NASA hoodie.
It's gonna blow your mind. You'll never forget watching it on
I still
70
owe
mil.
you. But it only costs $20 to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how. They could have charged a lot more and still probably.
Like all the nerdy stuff aside, though,
Yeah.
it's just pure.
You know, my favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie. It feels like a real, like, you know, go to the film, movie that, you know, you kind of, the reason why you go to watch something on the big screen.
Movie.
Yeah, flint on. Maybe the weight of it. Oh gosh. Maybe the weight of
See what I'm saying?
Oh my
If I go on this side, they emailed, they're like, good evening, everyone. Tomorrow we got parking info. It's completely sold out. Please be there like an hour before because there's no trailers and all this stuff. They got a drink special called the Murph. It's one of the characters from Interstellar. Doesn't let me skip ahead very easily. Oh.
Who knows that happens when you're playing? I've come to be aware of it, but I've seen it on YouTube videos myself. But it's actually really interesting or humorous or so it's kind of a dynamic relationship. You know, reveal itself through my expression. Yeah.
He's so into it. I appreciate the question, and I'm so happy to present my
He's
answer.
so cute.
He's the best, Sarah.
He's your greatest. He's my older brother.
This is our
But he's
older brother,
yours.
Julian Lodge. I look like him. I sound like him. He's
He
family.
looks like he's so nice.
He's the
What
best
is
jazz
his name?
guitarist living. That's it.
Yeah. So jazz guitarist.
Yeah, he does jazz, a lot of jazz stuff. He collabs with all the jazz greats.
Yeah. I listened to him a little bit.
He did a jazz album with a guy, and it's completely random. You have to hear this. It's all random notes. The album is called Room. Julian Lodge. This will blow your mind. You've never heard anything like this, and you'll be prepared. It's just them on guitars. This is called jazz, and it doesn't have to make any sense or have to be any of the right notes. But they're kind of syncopated, like they know the rhythm.
Oh yeah. No, they're. How do they know that?
And then they do this little rhythm part coming up.
Did they practice this?
Yeah.
And like.
It's so great. It's just fun.
Yeah.
You know they're having a ball. And that guy's in
This
Wilco.
sounds good.
That's the
He is?
Wilco guitarist.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's kind of how I discovered Wilco. Was Nels Cline this video doing with Julian Lodge. I was like, what on earth is this? Trying to like vlog.
Like a heat seat?
Sure.
At least the sky is partially
Yeah, it's partially blue.
no one behind us, but
More than usual.
snow clouds, scattered snow showers.
Yeah, I had everybody picked.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, did I call you at a good
What's
time?
up? Yeah, it's fine. What's up? Tim and Kit.
You're here on
Brown's
speakerphone with Mark and Kathryn.
Hey.
We're in my car driving home from Indianapolis.
Oh.
Interstellar movie.
Oh, okay.
So we're just
Cool.
driving home. Say hi, everybody.
Yeah, where in Indianapolis did y'all go?
We went to the theater. They saw a 70mm film, Mom.
Oh, the same one we went to?
Yeah. It was inside of the museum.
Packed house. Sold out all week.
It was packed out. We went to the Interstellar. It's a space movie.
My favorite movie. No big deal.
Yeah, it's like a space movie, basically. We felt like we went to space and came back. So we're back to Earth now. And we aged 27 years when we came back. So, like,
Yeah.
we're the same age, but everyone
And
else,
the time warp.
everyone else is
Everyone else
older.
aged.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
When he asked before the movie, how many of y'all are from Central Indiana or outside of Central Indiana, most of the people were not from Central Indiana.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of I was just going to say that, like, and I looked around when he asked, how many of you guys are seeing Interstellar for the first time? I was shocked how many people hadn't seen Interstellar.
Yeah.
It was
lot of
it was a
people.
couple
Yeah.
dozen people. Probably like 20 people. And kids.
lot of kids, yeah.
Goes by.
It didn't feel like 3 hours in some aspects, but then in other aspects it did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very exciting. Like, the whole thing is super exciting.
Yeah.
It keeps you, like, at the edge of your seat.
Cool.
Well, they told me in the email to get, they had an address to a different parking garage for overflow. Just decided to go there. We didn't park underneath like last time. But they still gave me the validation ticket, which I kept in my pocket beside what I thought would be my ticket for our garage. Well, I got out of the movie, checked my pockets, and I didn't have the ticket. And the girls were worried, but I was like, nah, we'll be fine. So I guess we start walking outside. It's freezing cold. We're running, trying not to get run over.
Because it's 26 degrees, and
Yeah.
the air feels like so cold.
The wind was like blowing our bodies. Like, I felt like I was gonna fall over. Too light.
I thought the wind was gonna blow me over, like it was so strong wind.
Yeah.
Sarah's like, where are we?
Like, it was blowing.
It
did blow us.
blow us.
Like, we were walking and it's blowing us. Then we started running.
And I was like, if you just jump, you'll lift.
If you jump, it felt like you could be Mary Poppins and just fly away.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
It was crazy.
Get out your umbrella.
Seriously.
I forgot this Indiana wind is no joke.
Oh yeah.
It took me right back to that.
But we're
so.
bearing the lead here because when we were running across the street, we didn't know at the time, but, well,
Something did fly.
Something did fly away. Kathryn's phone.
so we get all the way to the car, and you said something when we sat down. You're like,
We got to the
guys, I don't know where my phone
She's
is.
like, I can't find my phone.
Yeah, and I just put it in my pocket.
We're sitting in the car. I don't have literally my parking ticket, and we don't have her phone.
So we're like, this is the worst thing. So guess what? We call it. I call her phone, and somebody answers. And it's a stranger, and she said, we found your phone, and she's like, we're at the JW Marriott.
She was like our age.
Yeah, and so we're like, okay, we're coming out of the parking garage. We're gonna find the JW Marriott. She's like describing where she's at. She's at this like spinning door. So we're like, okay, we're gonna find it.
So Sarah
we thought we were there.
So meanwhile, Sarah's also trying to talk to the parking guy about trying to get us our parking ticket
And they're like, it's gonna cost $80 to get out of this parking garage.
for a lost ticket. And then he's like, okay, when did you get here? And we're like, 4:30, we went to the IMAX.
And they're like,
and
you
all of a
can't
sudden the
park here.
gate just lifts
And
and
then
he doesn't
just
say
lets us
anything.
out without paying $80. So we didn't have to pay a thing.
Wow.
He was really gracious. He wasn't at first. He said it's going to be $80. But we just explained that the museum told us to park there.
We were good.
But he said you cannot park here for the museum. So anyway,
Drop Kathryn off.
We dropped Kathryn off.
At the wrong
Which
entrance.
was probably dumb because then she doesn't have a phone and she's running in somewhere. Well,
I was
then-
running
dropped
to the
her in the-
Marriott because
yeah.
we thought that was where the
thought
lady
it was-
was.
Yeah.
We dropped her at the back of the Marriott. This lady said she's at the front revolving door.
So
But we circled it how many times? Twice to find it?
At least twice, maybe 3 times. So we dropped off Kathryn. So Kathryn's gone. And we're still on the phone with Kathryn's lady.
Which
Found
then
us.
dies.
And then the phone dies.
Later.
Kathryn's phone's always on empty, as we all know.
Yeah.
Um,
It was on like 6%.
it was 6%, so it dies. But we end up, Kathryn's gone. I end up finding the lady. And so we got her phone. But the whole thing
But
is,
now you have to find Kathryn.
Right.
now I have to find Kathryn, and still it's like 15 minutes later, we find out, we go back to where we dropped her off, and she was still there.
And Sarah's like, I don't know where we are. Do we go up, back, or left? Tell me, Mark Edward.
No,
I'm like,
I don't know how to
Sarah,
get there.
it says on the GPS, this is our parking garage. I guess let's go there.
was so
Because
scary.
neither of us knew where we were.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Kathryn's, she said she was in the middle of the area. There's an Uber delivery guy trying to deliver a Uber Chipotle order for Jessica.
He's like trying to talk to me. Are you a Jessica? And he's speaking in some other language. I don't even know
Oh,
what.
no.
And I'm like, no, I'm not Jessica.
It's just, it was crazy.
What a crazy.
She doesn't have her phone. She hasn't seen us at this
She
point.
doesn't have anyone's numbers memorized, so it's not like she could call us. I was thinking about calling the JW Marriott.
Sarah's about to call the
Find her.
front desk.
I was gonna call them.
Is there a blonde woman with a hair clip?
Is there a short blonde girl wandering aimlessly?
At least the people were really nice. They were trying to help me too because they're like, oh, we can call the other Marriott. So they ended up trying to call around.
So we had 8 people hunting for this device.
There were so many people helping us though that it took a village to get Kathryn's phone.
Yeah.
Well, and her phone still works even though the entire screen is shattered. The whole,
Yeah.
like the
So
whole
it
thing
blew out of your.
out of her pocket, I guess.
Yeah, out of my pocket.
In the street somewhere.
It's like I put my gloves on and I'm thinking it came out with
When
that.
she took her gloves out.
And it was so windy that like I was just thinking about
Getting to
trying
the car.
Yeah, getting to the car and
Absolutely.
staying on the ground and not floating up. Worse.
Literally. So then we go find the entrance, we pick up Kathryn, we're at the right door, and then Sarah's like, my head is literally pounding right now, guys.
I'm sure.
And,
We had to stop at McDonald's.
and so we took our time.
How stressful.
It was stressful. But we made it, so it's okay.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I thought they left or something. So I
Yeah,
was like,
she's probably like
Kathryn
thinking,
was, yeah.
they're
Where did
gone.
they-
They've left me here now.
yeah, like
Me and Sarah would have just kept circling till we found the same Marriott.
Yeah.
We knew where we had to go. We just had to find it, and it was one-way
It's
streets.
just one-way streets drive me crazy.
Indianapolis
You
is
have to-
crazy.
Indianapolis is rough on that. Yeah. Downtown.
And then meanwhile, I'm trying to sightsee once we all get back. And I'm like, Sarah, there's a tree. She's like, no,
I've
I'm
gotta
not.
get
We're
outta
not
here.
driving past
I'm
the
like,
tree.
I'm having
But I want to get a
PTSD.
shot of the tree, Sarah.
The circle is so beautiful.
It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Go see the downtown tree.
But Sarah was. Oh,
I
you
was
didn't tell.
just
We were almost out of gas.
Well, I was almost out of gas.
You were almost
but-
out of gas too.
Well, I had a little bit left. But
Not
yeah.
if we would have kept circling Marriott. we would have been. We'd been like, sorry, Kathryn, we got to get gas now. We'll see you in an hour.
10 years later.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. She would have just had to book a hotel.
That's what it was funny.
Oh
I
my
was sitting
Yeah.
like, well,
Am I
guess
gonna have to
spend the
get-
night.
We're gonna have to get a room here? Like oh,
They validated parking. Maybe they'll validate a hotel too.
Yeah.
they were really nice and helpful, so that was good.
Yeah, everyone did their jobs
Everyone was helping us. That was great.
except me. I couldn't figure out how to figure out where we were on Google Maps. Everyone else did their jobs though.
It's okay.
Also, did you know McDonald's has Krispy Kreme donuts?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different.
We're living in 2024. This is crazy times out here.
This is crazy time.
It's like, wow, we were just at the beach. It was wild.
Yeah.
Kathryn was just swimming in the ocean.
Just
Now
swimming.
We're freezing our faces off.
Now we're communicating with Kathryn in the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Don't leave me, Murph.
Don't leave me, Murph.
Murph,
Stay.
stay.
That's a line in the movie, Mom.
Okay.
Quoting the movie.
You had to have been there.
You had to have been there.
Sorry.
Could have been worse.
It's always when Kathryn's with us because she dropped her phone in the toilet.
Yeah, she dropped her phone in the toilet at Moana 2 a couple days ago.
Just a couple days ago, it fell in the toilet. So,
I have a big fear of that. I really.
yeah.
Thankfully, it was before I actually went to the bathroom. So,
That could have been double lame.
Really bad.
yeah, but I remember looking at it and I was like,
Back for the people to say, I'm so glad you dropped it in the
Oh, thank you for this phone.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
I was looking at it as it was falling down and I was like, oh no, I had to reach into it. And I just kind of stood there like stunned, like, oh no, it happened. And then I was like,
gosh.
I really got to get it out.
You're actually a walking advertisement for iPhone. Like, look, you can do anything to this phone and they will survive.
And it's still, honestly, I'm just amazed it still works.
Yeah, it still works.
It's been through a lot this week.
Yeah.
That phone has stories to tell, y'all.
Yeah.
It gets together with the Shaws. It's always an adventure.
We're out here vibing.
Oh, yeah.
And we got pickleball tomorrow. We got Michael's thing Friday. And we got his graduation Saturday. And I got to catch a flight Monday. And we're doing something Sunday, too? We got something every day.
No, we got a lot of stuff.
And I got to show Sarah up in Interstellar. But this dulce de leche is kicking in from McDonald's. We're going to watch behind the scenes Interstellar stuff, I guess, and possibly Moana if Sarah can stay awake.
Oh, well, I need to because
I think the first thing I'm going to show Sarah is the Interstellar Murph compilation of just Matthew McConaughey shouting Murph. I think someone made an edit where it's just Murph.
that's what they were shouting at the concession.
There were we were like, what are they shouting?
I thought they were saying Mark for a second, and then we realized they were saying Murph.
It's like Sarah's like, I'm making too many vinyl videos, I guess. People are starting to recognize me.
Like,
No, because in the movie,
Murph?
that's his daughter. That's
Yeah,
the main
that's
character's
the name of the
daughter.
Murphy. Her name was Murphy.
Oh, Murph. Okay.
Murphy's Law. If
Murphy's
anything
Law.
bad can happen, it will happen.
Wow.
I'm coming back for you, Murph.
He goes to space and he doesn't age, but she does. And she's an old lady when he comes back.
Sarah just spoiled the entire movie.
Well,
Yeah.
mom's never going to see it.
Sarah has an uncanny way of giving you unsolicited spoilers.
She's never going to watch it. You will not be watching this movie, Mom. It's 3 hours
I
long.
like the Cliff Notes version
Yeah.
of a lot
You
of
can
things.
watch
I
those
really
guys
do.
you watch. That
Mom
okay,
prefers
good.
to watch reviews rather than the movie.
Yeah, she loves movie reviews. So
30-minute movie review. I'm good.
You've already invested 1/6 of that time you could already spent in the movie.
no, but she's saving so much time. Think of all the time she's saving.
Time.
Time is different.
Me trying to get Mom to watch Interstellar, shouting behind the bookcase, Murph! Murph! Trying to
Yeah.
communicate with his daughter through the bookcase at the very end of the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all she remembers.
It pushes the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
you have seen it.
She doesn't remember anything that leads up to that point, though, I guarantee.
That's still the case.
I've seen it too, but I felt like I was seeing it for the first time because
Well, that makes sense.
I was young.
Do you
a lot
remember the
younger.
water planet? Do you remember the ice planet? Do you remember the docking scene?
No.
Do you remember where
Well,
his daughter
the
lights the
watch?
cornfield on fire? The watch.
The watch that told her the quantum code that figured out the whole thing.
He happens upon a
It's
secret
coming
NASA
back.
facility.
Yes, she's really brilliant. She's a brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah,
there
She
you
is.
go.
Yep.
Timothy Chalamet,
Right.
Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I forgot.
Michael
that Matt Damon
Caine.
was. I forgot.
They
You're
made-
a mega
Born.
fan.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Bourne.
They got Jason Bourne back from the
Jason
cryo
Bourne.
chamber. Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary.
Okay, 10 years.
I was crying for several moments during this. It was so
Aw.
beautiful. But also, Sarah, did you notice like the dust that I was talking about on the film? You can see the
You
dust.
can see the dust on the screen.
Sometimes it stays on there.
Yeah, I
Was
noticed
there like
that.
a little hair?
There was a
Yeah.
hair when I went with Mom.
There
It was
was.
up for like 3 minutes.
So big, and you just feel like you're in the spaceship because it's shaking
Literally.
so much. It's like rumbling your
Yeah.
seat, and it's kind of cool. It feels like you're really there.
The Hans Zimmer music was so stressful. He's
Oh,
so
man.
good at like the suspense
music,
moments.
The music was so stressing me out. I think that's why my head was pounding. I think it is that.
Probably.
Could be.
But anyway,
So good.
it was really good.
I'll watch it
No,
again
it's
with you,
fine.
Mom, and I'll explain everything. It's like, pause right here. See, he's referencing this moment too in the dock, and this is where the planetary forced it. Because if they leave the wormhole at this point, this is what will happen, and they'll age, and you'll get it. Dad literally was annoying me. We had to pause it about 9 times when I watched it with Dad for the first time. I'm like, Dad, you need to just watch the movie. I can't keep explaining stuff to you. It'll make sense at the end, I promise. He almost fell asleep at one point after he quit asking questions, and then he woke up for the bookshelf. That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Keep you too long. You get back to
See you tomorrow.
visiting.
All right. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Glad everybody's okay.
Yep, we're all good.
All right. Love y'all.
Bye, Mama. I love you, Mama.
Bye.
Bye. We have a podcast coming out on Friday. Great talks and hangs with the people from the Coheed and Cambria fan podcast. And some end of the year podcasts with a couple of my favorite people. But we are going to talk to Julian. Looking forward to talk to him. We did a great podcast up with him back then. So
Getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yes, man.